format. Again, put the magic inside of magic, if you will. The original design by Richard Garfield. And yeah, we're going to duke it out with some cool old school decks.
Cool.
All right, man.
Yeah, it could be a Discord thing. Sometimes it bugs out for a little second.
Yeah, like you started your introduction, and then it was just like nothing, and I was like, "Oh, are you done?" I'm gonna keep this, and yeah, I'm gonna play, huh?
Yeah, this is definitely a. I might even call this a tier 3 deck. Ooh, Ivory Tower. It might be the worst possible card that this deck could see.
Ivory Tower's a pretty cool one. All right, a Mana Vault. Cool.
Good old Mana Vault.
Go ahead.
Strippy?
Yep. Just to get it out of the way. It's like the an ATOG list.
No. I saw this list in one of the Eternal Weekend things. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I try to get as many decks as possible, obviously. Considering that, you know, small pool of cards. So anytime I see something new, I scoop it up.
You know what I want to build next is either an Arborea or a Living Plains deck.
Yeah, I've seen the green white Living Plains deck with like a drop of honey. It's like, I don't know, it seemed really kind of like a weird way to cast Armageddon.
Well, yeah, you're not really casting. You're using what is it? Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale to essentially Armageddon them out.
Yeah, and Arborea is a weird card. I'm like, every time I read it, I'm like, how are you supposed to use this card?
Restoration Angel.
Deck illegal.
They just have to cast lightning bolts on your turn to win. It's the only way it can be done.
It's a weird card.
It certainly is.
I miss enchant.
Yeah, okay, go.
Enchant worlds or world enchantments.
You broke up there, brother. What was that?
I miss world enchantments.
Yeah, just legendary enchantments in general. Like, I guess, wait, you know what? Actually, world is technically different than legendary, right? Because it still follows the old school legendary rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, okay, go.
Yeah, Ivory Tower pretty much nerfs this deck.
Sorry, I didn't mean to give you a bad matchup.
Well, that's fine. We're just playing whatever.
All right.
It's actually a card I don't see very often, to be honest.
Ivory Tower? No, you don't.
Yeah.
I think it's actually a pretty strong card. At one point, it was restricted in Type 1.
Really?
Correct, yeah. Very short time frame.
Yeah, you pretty much need to be playing with like land tax for Ivory Tower in this format to be good.
Do me a favor. Pretend that Seismic Assault, which does have the imagery of Land's Edge, is Land's Edge. So if I do end up going to play it and I'm at a low life total and you have a bunch of lands, if you reveal to me, I'll just go ahead and concede it because both players can use that card.
Yeah.
And I'll only use it to target you, not your creatures, if I do end up getting it in play. But now the cat's kind of out of the bag. You know what I'm up to. I'm up to a Land's Edge combo deck. Unfortunately, we don't have Land's Edge in this format, so or in on MTGO.
Yeah,
cool.
I am surprised that they haven't reprinted it in one of the master sets, or at least dropped it in the treasure chest.
I think they will eventually, but it's likely not a high priority card, just due to the fact that Seismic Assault's already online, and it's sheerly a better card, right? I think it's a better card just in general. Here, yeah, just gonna win some change. You're cool with that? Throw a bunch of bolts at me.
So,
and then I am going to play out a Library of Lang and say go, I think. Well, yeah, I'm good. Go ahead.
So Land's Edge, it's only 2 players, right?
Correct. Land's Edge can only target players. Seismic Assault obviously can target both, but I will be a man of honor and not do that during the game.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. I haven't obviously, since it's not online, I haven't played against that card in a long time.
Alrighty.
Well,
You disenchant something?
I wish.
I assume you run disenchant in that list.
Should be
Okay.
4 in the main deck, yeah.
Yeah. If you're playing white. Okay, go ahead. It's been a weird draw, to say the least.
Okay. That would have been good. Turn 2.
Alrighty.
So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, you'd be at 9, roughly, I guess.
Yeah, Tower's done a little bit of work here.
I know.
Then again, I mean, like that's also assuming that I couldn't cast anything, which is not per se true. I actually have been able to cast a few things, but I've just kept my hand size up because I'm looking for a specific card.
Yeah, there's no reason not to cast it if you don't need it.
All right, go ahead.
Library.
Yep.
Library.
I have 2 libraries in play.
Yeah, indeed you
One
do.
is significantly better than the other, but
Okay, Discord, don't get all finicky.
What's happening?
I'm just open Discord doesn't get all finicky again. Sometimes the stress load on it, depending on how much people are on.
All right, so here I am going to go ahead and draw for the turn. My extra turn, that is. Yeah, I mean, sure. I'll take an ivory tower, I suppose.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on.
Okay. You're like, you must have like earthquakes or fireballs or something in this.
Yep.
Okay.
One, 2, 3, 6.
This is actually probably my favorite non-blue control deck in this format. All right, we're getting detonated. That'd be pretty sweet. I haven't seen a detonate cast in a while.
Yeah, I think I might have like 1 or 2 in one of my deck sideboards, but Shatter's just generally better.
Yeah.
Or Shatter Storm.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and draw here so I gain an extra life off my ivory tower. Okie doke. And wow, this is actually pretty cool. So I'm going to play out another ivory tower and a Maze Vith going back down to 7. Go ahead.
Nope.
I've not found the card I really wanted to find, which is land tax here. I think with land tax, this hand is just going to probably sweep pretty quickly. All right, was like a Seer Angel or a Fireball.
Oops. Did I go through the city trigger? Good old needy city.
Yeah. Just got to do that auto yield early and often with City of Brass. All right, we're getting quaked for 6. All right.
Yeah. I don't think I can win at this point with double tower.
Yeah, Discord is kind of screwing up. You're coming in like robots underwater, my friend.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
All right, so back up to 16. Well, still not really seeing what I need. So I think what I'm going to do here, this is interesting. So I think I'm going to play out the Black Lotus here. And I think I'm going to Winds of Change back down to 7 cards. And that is, well, it's close. All right, land tax and to go.
No, Mana Vault. No.
Could untap it if you want.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I think I could have maybe beat one more ivory tower, but not two.
Well, with land tax too, it's obviously going to get more disgusting because that's going to be 3 lands.
Yeah, at this point, it's just I'm waiting till you draw Land's Edge, basically.
Correct. That's why I played the Lotus, and I had the Land's Edge in the last hand, but I think it was more operative to find land tax. I could have cast it out, and it may have been more correct to cast out the Seismic Assault, quote-unquote, Land's Edge there. I don't know. It was close.
Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine,
All right,
10.
so stack the Ivory Tower triggers first and tax into a bunch of nonsense lands. I could just do 1 here and get on the library plan and draw a real card that's not a land, but I think it makes more sense just to gain like arbitrarily large amounts of life.
You've already got way enough. I can't burn you out at this point at all.
So another cool thing that this deck can do, and I think I'm going to go for here, is it has this random card that you don't see very often, Skull of Orm, and I actually overtapped. I always forget that this thing is 5 to activate and 3 to cast. It's been a while since I've cast it. It's not a highly played old school card. Just get 2 libraries in case you blow one up. Obviously, not having to discard is a boon to a deck that wants to burn you out with lands.
I see the card in there's one deck. I forget what it's called. It's a black-white deck that plays Skull of Orm.
I sideboarded actually in my mill deck. I run it main in this deck, so I just think it's good enough. It's essentially like 1 extra copy of Land's Edge. I also run our Given Archaeologist sideboard in this one too, because Ivory Tower and Library of Lang are pretty central to the deck's function.
Mm-hmm.
So, alrighty. So Ivory Tower, and tax first. And I think this is going to be. It depends on what you've got in hand. I mean, you only have 1 card in hand. But I think this is going to be GG's.
The second tower was essentially GG, to be honest.
Yeah. So I'm going to draw a step here, see what we randomly draw. Okay, cool, interesting. I'm going to go ahead and get back I'll just call it Land's Edge for purposes of the video, but it is a Seismic Assault. Go ahead and... Also, Land's Edge is 2 red and 1 colorless mana, which is actually not irrelevant. It actually makes this harder to cast in this format. And we're going to start ditching lands. One other thing that makes this deck better online than it is in real life is Library of Lang, I think, is actually broken on MTGO. This is not a forced discard. This is a voluntary discard. So these should actually be going to the graveyard. I'm just doing it the fastest way right now and throwing them back on the top of my library because I have enough anyways. But the way the rules are for library, these should probably be going in my graveyard.
Really? I thought any time you had a discard, you could choose to put it on top of your deck.
So the way the card reads is you have no maximum hand size. If any effect causes you to discard a card, discard it, but you may put it on top of your library instead of your graveyard. So the issue with the wording of the card, and this is like the Oracle text of it, the original text had forced, so it says effect. So costs are not effects. I'm actually paying a cost because the way that Land's Edge is written is, and even this card, Seismic Assault, is discard a land card, which is a cost, not an effect, to do 2 damage to any target.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 12, right? Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I overdid it. All right, there you go.
Sideboard.
Alrighty. Well, what do I think here?
What do I got? Huh. Oh, I did not. I thought I had this 1 card in my sideboard. Apparently I do not. That.
All right, I think I'm ready to go. So I think there's like two functional ways you can actually play Land's Edge. You can either do it like I'm doing it right now, or I've actually seen like some Savannah Lions, like aggro, white red aggro based Land's Edge decks, which are actually kind of interesting. Like played like White Weenie. It's obviously a little tougher online because I'm proxying it right now with Seismic Assault, which makes triple red requirements a little more extensive. But land tax does kind of fix mana, essentially like the white ancestral recall. I like this hand. And excuse me for writing "Have fun, man." That's habit.
No worries, man.
I may do it every single game. Yeah, we're keeping this one.
This hand is not fantastic, but
this hand is pretty decent. I'm a fan.
I thought I had one card in my sideboard, but I do not. I'm gonna have to put that in later.
And go on ahead.
Yep.
Disenchant. Which one do you disenchant here? You don't.
If I had a disenchant, Ivory Tower.
I think land tax may be more relevant here. I don't know though. I could see either. Because the land tax is what's going to allow the Ivory Tower just to be disgusting, and it's also going to give me a lot of card advantage. I don't know.
They're both bad.
They are. No doubt. All right, Circle of Protection red.
Yep.
Oh, you broke up, brother.
I broke up again?
You did. Now you're better now. All right.
I don't know. I guess Discord's having one of its nights.
Yeah, who knows? It may be MTGO too. Discord has been kind of finicky for me though. Not as bad as MTGO, but
yeah, we were playing the other day, and it kept breaking up when Jordan was using it. Discord for him. He kept cutting in and out for all the time. I was like, oh, I can't hear you at all.
Yeah, like talking past each other and whatnot.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if his computer crashed or what was going on. But overall, Discord's pretty sweet.
No, it's certainly handy. It's definitely good for the community and for just increasing the volume of folks you get to play with. Okie doke. Well,
this might legitimately be like the single worst possible matchup for this deck.
This deck just hoses aggro so bad. Like aggro decks just cannot beat this deck. Like I mean they can, but like it's tough. I mean it's a Wrath of God moat like Circle of Protection red deck. I mean it's just miserable, right? I mean like I'm gonna discard a Plains. Probably shouldn't, but
yeah.
I guess I have Felton's Cane.
I legitimately don't know what I'm gonna do right now.
One option, and I mean it may just be delaying the inevitable because I'm taxing anyways. But actually, I think I'm going to hold on taxing here. Well, we'll see. Actually, I have Felton's Cane. F it. I'm going to tax. I'll discard lands and then eventually put them back in my library. It may be to blow up a mountain just so I can't cast my operative win con. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. But that just buys you a little bit of time. Buys me a little bit of time.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and LB you here.
It's ironic.
Just reduce my hand size.
That's my plan. It's not working.
No, Cop Bar is kind of a pain in the ass when it comes to that.
Yeah, some of my other decks can like beat it because I have like Suchis and Copper Tablets and Mana Barbs.
What you haven't seen a lot of are the Swords to Plowshares, Balances, and Disenchants that are possibly in my hand. All right.
Yeah, the only swords. Well, actually, I have one creature in the deck. Other than that, it's the only thinking sword is a factory.
All right. Well, interestingly enough, I think what I am going to do here is strip mine my own planes. Then Wheel of Fortune, my whole hand back into 7 cards. You can throw some lightning at me if you'd like. Yeah, that's cool.
I could have done that too, but
This
whatever.
obviously puts shields down for a turn. Okie doke.
Well, you're up against a mono red burn deck, so at 34 life, I don't think shields down particularly matters, to be honest.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. All right, I'm going to play on a Mox Ruby here, and then resolve a Library of Lang. You could disenchant my cop, I guess, or my Ivory Tower. You probably got one here. My assumption would be.
Yeah.
Land tax is also fairly relevant. I mean, I do think land tax is like the engine card of this entire deck, but it just depends on what I have left in hand, right?
Yeah.
Okie doke. And go on ahead, sir.
Need like a Shatterstorm, which for some reason is not in my sideboard.
Yeah. Okie doke.
And
Disenchant land tax. Good call, good call. Alrighty.
Pass it back.
Well, got through the onslaught of your cards we gave you there. Alrighty, your go. Pyrotechnics, very cool Legends card there.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I think it is. Like, I actually I played that in limited. I forget if it was time shifted or some other weird set, but like Arc Lightning is a powerful card, right? I like it at least, especially in limited. It's anywhere from a 2 to 3 for 1.
Arc Lightning. Oh yeah, I was actually thinking about that card the other day. One of my back when I was playing limited drafting.
So yeah, in 100 card, it's kind of funny because like Arc Trail in most red decks is like a go-to. Like it's like you always run that burn because oftentimes you're just you're getting 2-for-1 advantage off of a red card, which like red cards that give you 2-for-1 advantage are pretty limited. It's like Curse Scroll like and Grim Lavamancer and like what else in red gives you like card advantage? Maybe Direfleet, Daredevil, But there's not a lot of cards that actually do that. Okay, I am going to play a land out here. I'm going to play an additional land tax right now. And I'm going to play an additional Circle of Protection red.
Not that this matters, but I'll pull you now.
Okay, do it now. Groovy.
Yeah, I think the best Arc Lightning I ever had was going down to Seattle. The old, they used to have the WotC Center. And we drive down there to play in PTQs and pre-releases and stuff. And during the Urza block, I was playing against my one opponent. Play turn 1 island, pass a turn. They go forest, wild dog, go. I lay another island, pass the turn back. They lay a second forest, hit me with a wild dog, and then drop 2 more wild dogs for 3 wild dogs, and then I drop a mountain and Arc Lightning their face and like take their whole team.
That's awesome. Wild Dogs, Gasbin Ogres.
Yeah.
That's actually a really sweet. I was talking about that card on YouTube the other day in a pre-modern deck. I was talking about, I think, Senior Stompy, which is the deck you're describing.
Yeah.
I assume. Well, it's essentially a limited version of Senior Stompy.
Yeah, this was in Seal deck, but we were actually doing it.
I have an interesting decision here. I'm going to play this out. and play a random moat. I don't know how relevant it is. I guess it stops your factories. It's one more thing you need to disenchant. This deck really hates to see is like the either a green-blue deck with Tranquility plus Energy Flux, or a red-green deck with Tranquility and Shatterstorm.
Yeah, I should have Shatterstorm on my board, but I do not for some reason. Because
I think the enchantments are, like, generally speaking, what's going to hose you the worst.
Yeah. Well, Ivory Tower is pretty bad.
All right, so you can cast 2 burn spells if you blow up one of my mountains, and I can only counter one of them with Circle Protection Red. Not that X spells are going to tend to... All right, so these triggers, luckily I've yielded to. I will not utilize land tax anymore because I'm out of basic lands in my deck.
How many do you play in the deck?
Let's see here. So I can count them up. I have an 11-card hand, so 9 basic lands in hand, plus 3 in play, 12 basic lands. And also 4 plateaus. Okay, well, I have drawn the Seismic Assault, and that should be, I think, GG's. I mean, we'll see.
Well, you had, what, 11 land in your hand?
I do. 9 lands in my hand, 18 damage.
Yep. Seismic Assault. I used to play that a lot in Type 2, or Type 2 Standard, whatever it's called back then.
Yeah. So I have a couple 100-card lands decks, and Seismic Assault is definitely makes its way into there. And I also think I play Molten Vortex is probably just the better card in general. Like Molten Vortex plus what is it? Grove of the Burn Willows. The Grove of the Burn Willows combo with Punishing Fire is kind of the go-to for like lands now. Trip Red is kind of difficult, but it's kind of interesting. Like, and I guess for the viewers, however many we're gonna have looking at this, how many like of these like interesting interactions that are still relevant today in like formats like Legacy were kind of already developed, during the offset of the game. I mean, you look at like a deck like this, and like it's kind of redolent of like almost like a lands deck. It is winning through the use of its lands, or the mechanic of just mana in general. And then you look at like a card like All Hallows Eve, and like it's kind of very like redolent. It was like a premonition of like the Living Death decks that like later were like a big standard deck that kind of beat up on Sly. And then like even like to this date, some people I wouldn't say it's a good deck, but some folks love running Living End, Modern Living End. So, alrighty, man, good game.
Good game. It's my nightmare matchup.
Forks. It's too bad you can't fork Seismic Assault. Like Interdict. What's the one that like is it Fairy Trickery? The one that stops all of the triggers of the same sort.
Which card?
You could like. I think it's Fairy Trickery, maybe, or it's not Interdict. It's like there's one that like stops Trickbind. Trickbind's the card's name.
Yeah.
Fairy Trickery is a counter spell. Trickbind, it's like Fairy Trickery is like return a creature to your hand, counter a spell for 2 mana. Trickbind is the one that like stops all of them. So like if Trickbind was a card, you could have just punished me for stacking them all. All right, so I'm gonna try a different deck now. Try to find something else I haven't played against you. All right, I'm gonna play some janky goodness here.
Oh.
All right, brother. Game is up.
Yep. Okay, what have I not played versus you? Play this deck.
Hopefully this matchup's a little better. You're right. That was a horrendous matchup for you.
Yeah, that was like, I could not think of a worse possible matchup.
So this deck is friggin' sweet, man. Like, I'm just looking at my hand and I'm like, God, I'm glad this is the thing that can be done in Magic.
2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, keep.
Do I keep this? Does stuff.
Does stuff and things.
I probably got a mulligan it.
All right.
This is keepable. Stuff and things.
This deck certainly does stuff and things. Bizarre Baghdad, go. Nothing to be seen here.
You playing Living End?
Basically, yeah.
Army Hull's even.
Yeah. Correct, yeah. Same kind of card. Except it doesn't vanish the entire board when it works. Oh! That can make up for the inherent card disadvantage of Bizarre.
Yeah. It's a little,
oh, wow.
It's a little sketchy.
It's a powerful hand.
It's a little sketchy versus your deck, but...
All right, well, I'm probably going to do this now so I don't just die. And I'll get rid of the other Bizarre because I probably don't need it. And, yep. Well, I managed to draw 3 of the 4 Bizarres in the deck, which tend not to be very good against Underworld Dreams. It's too bad Dredge is not a thing. Actually, I think dredging would actually avoid the damage from Underworld Dreams.
Yeah, because it's a replacement.
It's a raw replacement.
Yeah, replacement effect.
All right. I'm just going to go all in on Deep Spawn here and hope you don't have a way to remove it this turn. It doesn't look like you're playing white, so I figure it's probably tough to kill without a red elemental blast or something like that, even though I'm going shields down on its shroud capability. So Deep Spawn's actually pretty sweet in this deck for the viewers because it actually mills you. So it has this random ability that it gains Shroud. All right, Time Walk. It gains Shroud, and it will not untap during your next untap step, but it can't be targeted. Back when this was originally printed in Fallen Empires, it was it had a lot more words on it. Let's just say that. But now it just says Shroud. I think Shroud, the actual term itself, didn't come out until, was it Autumn Willow, or was Shroud actually an evergreen term coined after Homelands?
Yeah, before that, I think it just can't be the target from your opponents.
Yeah, I think you're right. I remember looking now at like in Autumn Willow, and I think it does say that.
3, 4, 5.
Ancestral Recall me? No, not that lucky.
No. If it was for the kill, sure. It's always fun to take somebody out by making them draw 3 cards.
And they were probably not very happy.
You're like, Ancestral you. You're like, oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Okie doke. Kind of wondering here. I think I am going to activate this despite taking a lot more damage, and it did not work out. So this to the bin, this to the bin, and I never want to see another library again. Another Bizarre, rather. All right, we will get in there for our damage.
Get crabbed.
Yes, sir. And then I'm going to go ahead and blow up your black-red source to ideally not allow you to cast another Underworld Dreams and clock me faster than I can clock you. Took a gamble there, going for the Bizarre activation. If I found a Animate Dead, I think it set me up pretty well to get a Triskelion and just clock you a little faster, or Tetravus. I probably should have just been patient, though, because the Deep Spawn's going to ditch cards regardless. All right. I probably should not F6 here, just in case you target my thing. So I'm taking lightning bolt damage a turn, and you're taking 5 a turn as of right now. That's kind of rough, but it does hopefully draw me into some gas. Okay, take 5. Well,
that was horrific for me.
Well, that's good for me because my hand came out a little better, but I'm under obviously significantly more pressure at this point.
Yeah, I was hoping to draw it.
Dark Ritual, Underworld Dreams,
or like a twister, or another another Winds of Change.
I had one of those in my hand. I didn't cast it.
Come on, it'll be fine.
My best draws here are Black Lotus plus Time Walk into Animate Dead, which I have, probably on a trike. Yep. Oh, there's the Black Lotus. That's no longer an option. There's Recall. Recall is certainly interesting. There's the Time Twister again. That's not good. All right. Well, let me think through this.
Bad Nightmare versus a Deep Spawn.
Sorry, I'm making some considerations here. I'm trying to think if I can do this better with the Recall I have in my hand. Because I ideally want to drop my hand size down, right?
Yeah. 3 mana. What is this?
This is a Recall. Because it actually is card disadvantage, technically. We will ditch the Time Twister. We'll get back the Black Lotus. We'll cast the Black Lotus. Like black mana with the Black Lotus, even. And we're going to reanimate the Triskelion. And then I'm going to Mind Twist you for 1 and hope to rip. All right, Counterspell, not really the most relevant one.
5.
Interesting to know you have that in your deck, but... So, I have you dead next turn, I believe?
Yep.
If I live.
Yeah, it's all about the Howling Minds here.
So I'm down to a virtual 2, so if you can Winds of Change, I couldn't get one more card out of my hand, unfortunately. Do the Howling Minds deliver?
Yes.
Alrighty.
On the very, very last card.
Brain Geysering me?
That is correct.
Alrighty.
That is correct. Nexus 6.
Alrighty. Let's see what I would have drawn. Oh, no Time Walk. Darn. That's really what I was looking for. If I could have found that last turn, I think I would have been in a pretty decent spot. Alrighty, so... What do I like here?
Interesting. What do I have for you? Not a lot.
No, this is kind of a roguish deck. It's not an unplayed deck, but it's a little more spicy. You run a crap ton of artifacts in your deck, huh?
Not really.
Well, it runs all of the power, right? Like and Soul Rings.
Yeah.
Most of them do. I mean, I've 5C Dreams tends to run all of the artifact mana, with the exception of Bolt. Yeah, I had consideration to bring in Energy Flux, but I don't think it's necessary. Sylvan Library seemed pretty bad.
What do I not like in this deck versus you?
These are going to be like 2 ships passing in the night, I think. These 2 decks will be.
Pretty much.
They're not the most interactive. It's going to be whoever can get after their combo the fastest, I think, generally speaking.
Yeah, it's just too slow. Yeah. Try it like this. Yeah, I like the new sideboarding rule where you don't have to like have 60 cards in your main deck all the time after game 1.
Is that a rule?
Yep.
I don't know why you would not want to have 60 cards in your deck.
There's sometimes we just do it for fun. I can see some matchups where you would go up more.
Oh, go above that or go below that? I think you said below.
No, you can't go below. You always have to at least 60, but...
Okay.
You can
I
go.
think you're saying below. I'm like, this is like old school, like 40 card decks.
Nah, you can go below though. I mean above if you want. You can go the full 75 games 2 and 3 if you so desire.
Issue with that would obviously be like your mana base is not built to support. If your mana base is built to support 75 cards, which means it's essentially what, like 1/4 bigger.
Yeah, it's definitely not built to support that.
No. Okay. This, and we'll do this, and go ahead. Counter the
No.
ancestral. Okay. Counter the concordant crossroads. This hand does not have a lot of gas, but if you start landing down some howling mines, I kept this hand speculatively. It probably was wrong, but I kind of want to try out concordant crossroads.
Yeah, it's a sweet card.
It is very cool.
So I go this.
All right.
Bolt you.
Random bolt. Okay. All right. I'm going to get Underworld Dreams now.
I wish. So you have 3 cards.
Yes, sir. Okie doke.
That's one cool thing about World Enchantment, since there can only be one, playing another one disenchants the one currently in play.
Correct. Yep. The Abyss is an interesting one. I think I sideboard. Did you sideboard it in?
Yeah, I have 2 in the board.
Okay.
I could keep. Yeah, I think I just do this.
Alrighty. Alrighty.
And go.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, when for the what is the tournament? When they used to have the tournament with all the pros and whoever won got to design a card, they Oli Ratty, he his card
Silver
eventually
Safekeeper.
Silver Safekeeper, but the card he originally designed was a card that had no abilities. Its only ability was to it was a world enchantment specifically designed just to kill other world enchantments.
That's all he did.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What was he templating it for?
Really? Mind Twist? Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know what this is about.
The card is so wrong.
It really is. It's just like it feels like you're doing something totally wrong when you do it.
Oh, yeah.
Like why is this thing like Brain Geyser's fair? Like Mind Twist is just so filthy. Like, okay, well at least you drew a very good card in your top couple.
Yeah, it was the card I immediately drew. Do I want to? What do I want here? Okay, land.
All right.
Vice.
All right.
And
Himaturik, the Nambo.
guess I could do this.
I'm actually curious what you get with that. I don't think I know. I guess it could be Black Lotus if randomly you did have the Underworld Dreams, but I don't think you have Underworld Dreams. I think you would have cast that over your Vice and your other stuff.
Yeah, I definitely would have cast Dreams.
It's too good right here. Plus, I'm playing a Bazaar deck, and I haven't found the Bazaar yet. Well, I haven't played the Bazaar yet. Bazaar pretty good against Black Vice.
Yeah, Vice, you need to have basically have your deck built around it. It doesn't do a whole lot against most decks. They can empty their hand pretty fast.
I have kind of a hard question here. No, I'm going to say go. Go ahead.
Do. What is in my bag of goodies.
Maybe you got your own mind twist.
No.
No, probably just Underworld Dreams, my guess would be.
Do I even want to see if I cast this? 1, 2, 3. I could cast this card. Do that. Nah, I think I want my mana open. It's better.
Alrighty, so we're going to see some counter magic, I assume.
Actually, no. Do it this way. Tap my mana differently.
Okay.
That was poor.
I'm not completely upset about what I got. It's not phenomenal, but it's pretty strong. Well, I mean, it can never be bad if you have Ancestral, right? I used to go Ritual into Underworld Dreams.
Yeah, I somehow managed not to draw one. I've not drawn a Dreams yet. Well, I guess I go... Question it, actually. Probably lay this.
Okay.
And...
If you want to be really ballsy, you cast Wheel of Fortune.
Mine.
Okay.
And... Time Walk.
Time Walk. Okay. That's actually that's a strong hand, dude. That was not a bad twister.
Yeah, it looked a little poor at first.
No, that's strong. I mean, I would not call that a poor draw.
Well,
I mean, you see 4 additional cards, right? Well, even more than that, 'cause you had Ancestral. So you see 3 off Ancestral, net 2, and then net essentially 3 off your next draw step. So you're seeing 6 additional cards that way. It's definitely not bad. At least I wouldn't think it would be. Vice is obviously going to be a little rough here. We're going to take some damages off that. All right.
And that.
Yep.
And I guess that's a go.
All right. All right, so to prevent damage from the Vice, I'm actually going to Bazaar on my upkeep here.
How bizarre.
Yeah, buddy. I'm going to discard the City of Brass because I really do not want to take any more damage than I have to right now. All right, draw a bunch of extra cards. I'm going to cast an All Hallows Eve here.
Yeah, I love the art on that card. It's so sweet.
It is very, very cool, huh? I'm going to play out an Emerald here. I am going to Time Walk here.
I'm going to counter spell that.
Okay. I am going to regrowth a Time Walk here.
Yep.
I will Demonic Tutor for a Black Lotus. Well, let me think. Maybe not. I do want to reduce my hand size down. Yeah, I think we just get Black Lotus. I don't think I want to be screwing around with... Just go ahead and do this. Screwing around with Ancestral Recalls with the Black Vice in play. So ideally what I'm trying to do here is win before I give you the turn back, because I really don't want you to see a bazillion more cards. I don't need to... I can see an additional card this way, so I'm gonna wait on Bizarre Baghdading here. Excuse me. Sorry about that, man. So counter comes off All Hallows Eve. One more counter left on it. All right, draw our 3 cards here. I'm gonna go ahead and Bazaar Baghdad here. I'm gonna ditch Triskelion, and Elder Deepspawn. I'm gonna play out a Badlands, and I'm gonna go ahead and just reduce my hand size here, and cast out another All Hallows Eve.
How many of those do you play in the deck?
4.
4?
4 or 3. I'd have to check again, man.
And then 4 Animate Dead, and that's it for animation, right? In this format.
Correct. Well, no, there's more. Necromancy was in Legends. That's the instant speed one. That's actually still in Cube to this day as Animate Dead. Resurrection can also work.
Necromancy. I thought Necromancy was from like Visions.
All right, man. How you got me right now?
That's good.
All right, brother. I'm waiting for Magic Online to re-log in. I just shut everything down because I started having issues targeting with an Animate Dead. And generally, when that happens, it means it's time to restart it. It's been on for a lot of the day. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of Moto things today.
Yeah, it's a Moto you gotta often. I usually every like 2 hours I'll turn it off and then turn it back on again just to kind of reduce the
physical memory leaks.
Yeah, the leak on it.
All right, so once the game comes back up, we should be animating Dead on the Elder Deepspawn to 1, reduce our hand size, and 2, come on, Moto, which will help us play around the
Vice.
Well, the Vice, and also if you manage to land out next turn, because my assumption. No, none of them are like your win con, your like literal win con. So, and it's likely not more Black Vices. So my guess is you either have like the Wheel, the Time Twister, which are both brutal for me. Well, not Time Twister, the Wheel, and or any number of 1 of 4 of the Winds of Change. So, all right. And I think here I'm also just going to ditch this one as well, just to continue to reduce my hand size. And Elder Deepspawn actually can have Shroud, which allows you to get around the Abyss, which is kind of cool. Obviously, it's not going to be attacking in that case, but it still mills me, which is actually nice with the All Hallows Eve, the original Living Death, if you will.
Yeah, OG Death.
That it is. And it has sweet art. And it has scream counters, of all things.
Yeah, good old Mark Jeeden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
the best draws in my deck. You know, it's possible I wanted a Demonic Tutor just for a Concordant Crossroads. Because I think that's lethal on its own. Like, that's 3 Triskelions for 12 plus 9. Yeah, it is, I guess.
3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is weird. I can't believe I haven't seen a single Dreams yet. So I think I want to see if I do that. It's cost me 1, 2, 3 mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Blue. X's.
Just think, man, if you were running creatures too, you could be getting them back from the graveyard. Yeah, okay. I assume you're going to time walk here. Discarding a 1. Another Abyss, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't seem very good right now. So,
all right.
That time walk.
You know what else is an interesting call there, man? Time Twister may have actually been the right call. Because if you think about it, like, all I'm going to get is the mill off the Elder Deepspawn plus 1 Dredge from Bazaar Baghdad, and it gets rid of the 3 Trikes. I thought. I don't know if it's right or not.
I am getting back Twister too. Just making sure I've.
Oh, okay.
regrowthing back Twister.
Seems good.
And that's all. I already laid my land. Yep, City Brass. Good. That's all I can do this turn.
Alrighty.
Need these Helling Mines to show me some
You
love.
actually, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you do get your Underworld Dreams, you could probably kill me here.
Yeah, if I get dreams, I can kill you. Not a dreams. Not a dreams.
Okay. We're gonna twist and shout.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like you kind of are obliged to, given that I'm gonna get back 12 power that can shoot you for 9. All right. I'm gonna float some mana from the Dark Ritual just in case you run into Underworld Dreams after the Twister.
And how do I want to leave my mana open? I guess red. I need red, blue, and black. Do I need? Well, I guess I can tap that one. That.
I have a strong consideration here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the last card in my hand, which is my Miser's Disenchant. And take 1 because I know I'm automatically going to be taking 3 off the Vice, so I might as well at least prevent this, although there's a good chance you'll draw it back. Yeah, always yield. All right, Black Vice.
Huh. Really?
Did you get there?
I did not.
Well, that's probably good for me.
It's very... Man, I've twisted twice, and when did it change?
Yeah, you've done some degenerate things this game. I guess we both have. You've time walked twice and twisted twice.
I know, and seen 0 dreams.
I mean, being fair, you do still have 40 cards in your deck. Significant number, but yeah, you have seen a very large volume of cards. I've almost got a complete playset of power jewelry on the battlefield. Are we gonna Winds of Change again?
Yeah.
All right.
All they needed was... Oh, are you kidding me? Wow.
All right, Black Lotus.
My little land.
Do you really want to lay a land here, or do you want to leave a land in hand so you can Winds of Change into a bigger hand size? Because you're automatically down 1 card off Winds when you cast it if you draw more.
No,
I think at this point, like you're...
I already laid land, yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't even know if I lay land at this point if I were you. Like, you have enough to win with, right?
No, I laid it before I twisted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't, after I went to change, I wouldn't bother.
Yeah, well, no, after Twister, too. I mean, pre-Twister makes sense because it's less land in your deck to draw. But yeah, I mean, if I were you, I wouldn't even play lands at this point. I'd just be like, I'm good. But
so 2, 1, 2.
Control magic on my Elder Deep Spawn.
3, 4, 5, 6. How do I want to?
The old geyser.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm deciding how much I want a geyser for. Gotta leave Lotus open in case I draw dreams.
I mean, if you're only going to leave open the 2 swamps, I honestly do think that you go for, I think you tap the swamps. I think you want to leave up a counter spell and then be able to cast off the Lotus 1 Underworld Dreams. So I think like an Underground Sea and a Volcanic Island I think are right because that allows you to leave up Bolt and or Ancestral and or Counterspell, and then Lotus allows you to leave up the Underworld Dreams. That's just my thought. Or City of Brass actually for either one of those 2 lands. That makes more sense because you don't take the damage randomly. I mean, the Pipe Dream is obviously you like run into like two copies of like Underworld Dreams. I think that's kind of a Pipe Dream, to be honest.
Yeah, I have to leave up Lotus in 3 though in case I draw like Twister's my graveyard. Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel.
Wheel, and yeah. So I think I have to do it this way.
See, I think I would tend to. I mean, Wheel's the highest upside play, but like it's a restricted card, so I think I would play with getting 4-ups in mind. But Winds is basically the same thing for purposes of damage. Once you have the dreams in play, it's a possibility that I actually should have not tapped out to destroy that enchantment, that Vice. Just in case I drew it again off of a Time Twister. I don't know.
Yeah, so I could Geyser for 2 more. Deeper, that lets me get possibly Winds of Change.
I think I would for 1 more. I think I would tap the Badlands and go for 1 more personally. That's just me, because that allows you to leave up any number of Lightning Bolts and or Ancestral plus Counterspell, and also leaves up Lotus to cast out the Underworld Dreams, like I was saying. I think that's what I would end up doing. And your chances on this many cards are pretty high of like finding something good for Lotus to do. Or maybe not. Okay. Do you have like 40 bolts to kill me?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wow, finally.
Alrighty. Yep. Alright, and are we dead? No, not quite. Well, can you kill me with another Winds of Change in hand or a Lightning Bolt?
I do have a bolt.
Okay. Well, I assume you do that now then. I actually drew into my disenchant, so I would be able to disenchant the Underworld Dreams on my next turn.
Yeah. Wow.
Unfortunate. I didn't get to do anything cool with my deck.
Well, at least we saw what it was trying to do.
Yeah, I did not get there with the Scream Counters. Actually, I think, did you take like 3 turns there?
I honestly, I lost track, man. I was like cycling through my deck, so many time walks.
You took 2 time walks in a row. That was pretty broken.
I saw an absurd amount of cards total before I ever saw 1 Underworld Dreams. It was pretty funny, actually.
I mean, it almost doesn't matter though. Like once you've twisted twice, you have like 4 Winds of Change in deck. Like blue is just busted in this format. So silly. Yeah, I'll play this time.
Yeah, Grixis has all the good tools for sure. Well, white's really good too.
No, blue-white's the best, man. Like I think hands down. Yeah. Like blue-white. I mean, disenchant's where it's at, man. I mean, like this format's all about artifacts.
And disenchant's probably the single best card in the entire format.
Well, unrestricted card maybe. I think it'd be ambitious to say it's just the best card.
Well, I'd say it's the best overall card. There's never dead.
I've had matchups where it's dead. Like there are certainly like some creature matchups, or even like blue-red counterburn tends to not be the best of matchups. I'm gonna keep this.
I'm gonna keep this too. Not amazing, but
neither is mine. Go ahead, good sir.
Says the guy who just dropped a Lotus.
Well, yeah, Lotus is a powerful card, but I mean, like, it's all about what you do with it, right? Really, this hand has the mana, but I don't know if it has the gas to go the extra mile it needs to go. All right, 2 mana for something. Well, I'll transmute this into colorless mana, and be happy that I got a disenchant, I suppose.
I don't even want to think about back in the day when before mana drain was restricted, people were playing the deck with 4 mana drains. That just seems vile.
Pretty goofy. Alrighty, your go.
So vile.
Yeah. Really, it was Twister that tied that hand together. I, want to drain something off and then Twister into just some more nonsense. A new hand, ideally. All right.
Land?
Yep. Okay.
And go.
Okay. my turn to have the Abyss. So I liked, for like those that are watching, this is probably going to get disenchanted, but it's already going to be a 2-for-1 at this point, which is actually pretty awesome. So yeah, it's totally good by me. That's kind of why I liked casting it there, just to eat up a card. All right.
Are you playing the deck?
I am playing a variant of the deck. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's probably one of the decks I play the least, to be honest.
Which one's that?
The
deck?
deck? Yeah.
I would say probably the exact opposite for me. Like, I play a lot of folks who like to play competitively, and like the deck is one of the more common archetypes that you'll see in like these formats. Well, you'll see like one of two things. You'll actually see a lot of what you're not a lot of what you're playing now, because Tundra is not normally in it, but like red white weenie or just white weenie, actually really common because it's an affordable deck. And
yeah, white weenie and Goblins are probably two of the more affordable decks.
Yep. Yeah, mono, like if you have workshops, like I think the workshops red decks are the workshop red decks are probably the best. But even like red deck wins is not bad in this format. It's a good deck. All right, do you have Red Elemental Blast? Ancestral of your own? Okay.
I would only play Reb's main if I was playing in a tournament. Otherwise, just playing on a channel, it's I mean, obviously it does stuff in matchups, but I don't like it. I don't particularly like it.
I mean, at the same time, it does come at cost, I think. Yeah. Generally speaking,
I'd rather just board him in. I'd rather just board him in.
Yeah. No, I don't run a main in this deck either. I actually board them in as well. I'm going to go ahead and just blow this up now.
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Let's do this. You don't have any creatures?
I do have the Mistress Factories.
Factories, yeah. I mean, other than
factory. Don't count them out. Interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Factory.
Okay.
And
get that stick 2-for-1.
Yep.
Okay. And still nope.
Okay. Sure. No. You play with your moto sounds on?
I do, but turned very low. It actually weirds me out when I don't have moto sounds in the back of my head while I'm playing. Oddly enough.
Well, you just,
so I was.
I guess you're assuming you're just so used to them.
Probably that, yeah. So it may have looked like I was spewing value there a second ago for the viewers. And I kind of was, but I was doing it to set up this time walk here. Probably get something disenchanted. Probably the Fell War Stone, probably the best one.
Yeah.
And I think I'm actually just going to spew this off as well because, yeah, why not? And your go. Throw a bolt at face. Okay.
What is this?
Okay, strip mine. Cool.
Lions.
Yep.
Knight Arena.
I'm going to say no to him. Okay.
Javelineers.
Mm-hmm.
Emerald. Never-ending class.
Yep, could have gotten it back Ancestral Recall there. I actually did not go for it, which may tell some astute people about what I'm actually up to here. Okay, that's fine. Alrighty, so here I'm going to go for a geyser. Okay. For 5. And go ahead.
Shatterstorm.
That would be a good one to have.
Sure.
Are you running a main deck?
No, there's none anywhere. Yeah.
City of Brass. So this is where, so like for those of you watching who maybe haven't seen a lot of old school, this is kind of where the deck that I'm playing, which is generally called the deck, shines in the late game. Obviously, bolts are probably my opponent Eli's best draws at this point in time. And then for me, I'm just kind of sitting back and trying to draw all the cards and eventually just fireball them out or kill them with some factories or something along those lines. So I'm going to play out this as well and say go. Your email will essentially be Ancestral Recalling every turn. Possibly would have been more correct to actually ditch another one of the cards I had in my hand, but I only had one of them at the time. That's Disenchant. To get Ancestral Recall, to draw a little deeper, but I think with Brain Geyser it made a little sense to just be patient.
Yeah, I think essentially at this point the game is over.
I think it's probably pretty darn close. You'd have to, unless you run a ton of burn in there, which is going to be the hardest stuff for me to deal with.
No,
I'm going to feel pretty good. So essentially how the deck would end up running is so I want to continue to recurse the deck with Time Twister, and I've already exiled 4 of Eli's permanents, his creature permanents, which means that he should ideally draw more and more dead each time I take a Time Twister turn, or turn the decks with Time Twister. So I'm going to just draw here, I think. Huh. I'm just going to use the factory here. I could attack with it, but he'll more than likely use his strip mine on it. All right, and go.
6 cards, yeah. I have the 2 worst cards. This deck I'm actually playing is the deck that won, I can't remember the one tournament.
NoobCon, right? Because it's the Jeskai attack deck with Lions and like 2 Seer Angels and Serendibs.
Yeah, it's playing like no plows.
Correct. Yep, I've seen that deck. It's actually very replace the plows, the Savannah Lions, and that Cation Javelineers.
Yeah, it's actually Jordan, the guy that won it is one of Jordan's friends. He flew up from New Zealand and he forgot his deck, and so he built the deck out of his trade binder.
That's awesome. The cool thing about it is though is like an extremely threat rich list. like that is actually not bad in this format because like people don't expect you to have that many threats.
Yeah, that's why he ditched. He figured there's going to be like even more control than normal, so that's why he jettisoned the swords. Plus, he obviously didn't want to give his opponent's life.
It's actually not uncommon in the deck that I'm playing, just to swords to plowshare some of your own threats, like your Mistress Factory, just to stay alive. I'm gonna knock out the Crusade. Just head out to discard. Not a high value play, but we'll do it regardless.
I don't really have anything else to disenchant.
No, it's just not worth discarding, and my mana is not really a constraint at this point. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's another card we don't have the OG art for, Jumbe 2.
So right now I'm looking at the OG art, but I think WotC would probably not be happy with me if they knew I was doing that.
Yeah,
I can't stand the newer art. I've replaced most of it on here. There's a few that I haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah, I used to change a lot of my card art, and then when I started recording, I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't.
There was a big issue with it. Like WotC got kind of,
well, I think some people were streaming and they were like, they're replacing it with like not the best.
Yeah, like new chicks and stuff like that, or like just random
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, they were
stuff
just,
they should not have been showing.
Yeah, they were just being silly. I just had like some awesome, like a lot of it was just OG art. Some of it was like some cool like anime versions of art.
Mm-hmm.
You could also in the previous version change your the playmat that you're playing on, which was nice.
Correct. Yep, I remember that. It's been a while. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's too bad you can't do that here. It seems like it'd be a very easy thing to fix.
Yeah, under the way they have it now, you can't do it for sure. Yeah, I think I had about 10 different custom backgrounds, which was nice.
It was pretty sweet. Don't want to take damage off of my lands to draw cards. Probably not. Probably don't have to. Oh, cool land.
Except,
so in some schools of old school, this is what they call throwing the book and the rod at the opponent. I gotta find some gas, huh? All right. What, 6 cards? I'll draw right now just to see if I can get anything relevant.
Yeah, I think it's one version we don't play the deck very much. It's just oftentimes the games are like really long while one person's just like dirtling, but the game's like essentially over.
True, yeah. It is a dirtily ass deck. Excuse my language. But I won't lie, I'm definitely a blue mage at heart. Like this is my kind of magic. I mean, given at this point, I do wish this was like something more like Scape Shift, like I was playing earlier, so I could just win on the spot once I got control. But such is life. I guess if you have a bolt, you can bolt me now and force me to take 2 over 3 if I want to counterspell it. Yep, you have it. Cool. I'll take 3.
Bolt, bolt.
Yep, of course, wrong one. Although I actually do want you to blow both your strip mines on these things, so I'll just I'll fire them both up. There you go. I won't get in for my 3 though. I'll just get in for 2 if you allow me to.
Yeah, I don't think it particularly matters. But might as well strip them.
Okie-doke.
Might as well strip them.
I kind of want you to just to increase the amount of lands you can possibly draw when I go to Twister again, if I opt to do that. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go ahead and Demonic Tutor here.
Yeah, I was surprised when the 1 year that Randy Bueller won the old school event, they were playing with 4 strip mines legal, and he was playing no Time Twister. I was just like, wow, that is like cutting a really thin line, and that was his only win con.
You don't have to. You don't have to. I just think it's I think it's probably smarter to, but You certainly don't have to play with Twister.
Yeah, he didn't.
Obviously.
He didn't because he didn't want to, all the cards he was making his opponents discard. He's like, I don't want to give them all back.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, once you get to a position where you have all the lands out of your deck, like, your probability of, like, finding a way to get the time twister or the mind twist or, getting it directly is pretty high, right? Yeah, I'll draw here. There's a card I would not mind discarding, namely Balance, because this game has gone beyond balance. Okay. Your go at it, brother. Could also just geyser you out.
Geyser me out.
Yeah, it's not a reasonable win condition. I have definitely used geyser to win a game.
Oh, for sure. I'm just looking at my 37 cards. All
right, that's certainly a good one to have. All right, cast your bolt if you drew the other one. Do you have what, 2 left in your deck? Nope, just planes. That's curious. I'll target you with Mind Twist.
Got me.
For lulz. Go.
Got me hard.
Oh, yeah.
Go. Let's do this now. It's not going to resolve, but...
No, that will actually not resolve.
Yeah, well,
good sir.
That's a given.
Yeah. There's a bolt for you.
I need 3 sudden shocks.
That would be pretty good. That would stop me from activating and blowing up my own Mishra's Factory with Plow. All right.
It just reminded me of Bob Mayer winning the Extended Pro Tour with Oath.
99?
When his opponent didn't drain life from far enough.
Yeah, it was 99. He SDP'd his own Treetop Village.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly.
Yeah, it's too bad that I remember Randy Buehler's comment was that's the first time I've seen somebody lose the Pro Tour, essentially going 5-0 in the finals.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's a rough, but it was true.
Yeah, no, Jim Davis did misplay that a little bit. All right, I'm going to disenchant here for what? This thing?
Kind of irrelevant at this point. But
it is.
he was only 15. He was playing pretty good up to that point. I was actually watching the replay of some of the other rounds the other night on YouTube. It's a little bit potatoey, but I really enjoy the commentary from back then with all of the pros commentating, and they'd be a little more less PC, a little more
down to earth.
Yeah, like tell it when they're like making horrible misplays.
All right. Get rid of a disenchant. And a disenchant. Okay.
Yep.
Go back up to 20.
Yeah, I was actually at the GP Seattle shortly after Mayer won, when he won the next Grand Prix back-to-back playing the Oath deck. I was about 10 feet away sitting in a chair watching him play.
Yeah.
Playing in that GP, I was playing mono red.
He's a hell of a player.
Yeah, I still think he comes every once in a while.
All right, brother. You want to save time? I've got a fireball in hand. It's lethal next turn.
Yeah, just fireball me out.
All right, for one more. All right, Moto just froze up on me. All right, there we go.
Cool. I think we're about at the hour and a half mark. Probably that's probably a good length for a video.
All right, we'll go ahead and cut it here. Did you get any pre-modern decks built? You want to play some offline or no?
I got like a bunch like half built.
Okay.
I had a bunch of other stuff to do for the channel.
No problems.
But I did.
All right.
I did get a bunch of people at work. They're building paper versions. When they showed them the format, they're like, "This looks sick."
The format is sick, right?
Yeah, I know.
Alrighty. I think that was technically a game one.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Do we want to finish it up or no? I'm down either way, dude. Whatever you want to do. You don't really want to play it against that again?
No, it's fine. Might as well.
All right.
If once you get harsh controlled, I'll just concede to save time. But I might as well get to that point. What do I want for you? I guess that. What do I want?
I only sideboarded one card. I probably could bring some number of blue elemental blasts in, but I just took out one scepter and brought in one other thing. Probably pretty apparent. Cop-R.
Yeah, Cop-R doesn't do an insane amount versus this deck.
So Bolt is actually like secretly like once I have established control one of your most relevant cards. I hate counterspelling Bolt. Like counterspell, the point of it is to like counterspell stuff that costs like 2 or more.
Yeah.
Counterspelling Bolt feels terrible. Plus, like the deck can't gain life. Like the only way it gains life is by plowing its own crap, which is obviously not the best of plays.
Oh, it doesn't even play every tower in the board or something. Despite not even one main deck for all the insane amount of cards you draw.
Yeah, but once you're there, you're winning, right? Like it's really about like the early life gain. Like if you could do it like in a way that would gain you early life, like it'd be nice. I'm gonna keep this. Hand's good. Go ahead. Turn 1, Savannah Lions. Rawr. All right. Here's the question. Go. Get in there, you.
You silly creature. Man, there has to be at least 4 different 1-drop 2/1s in white now.
Yeah, what? Tundra Wolves, Savannah Lions, Icacian Javelineers. I mean, I've even seen like.
No, I mean like 2 power 1 toughness creatures now.
I could actually probably tell you, man, if I went and pulled up my 100-card singleton white weenie list.
Yeah, it's like I think that like, this was a rare, and I think they like basically print them at like common now, which is kind of funny.
They're still uncommons.
Still uncommons?
Like even they still are. Even like even the vanilla ones, because like they have Sky Marcher Aspirant right now, and then the Dauntless Bodyguard. Are you familiar with all these cards or no?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You sell cards, man. You know. Those are both uncommons. Then, like the most recent vanilla 2/1 that they printed in a set, I want to say was Elite Vanguard. What's that?
I just misclicked.
Oh, are you supposed to counter that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like talking, I was like looking at the board, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
Yeah, you probably don't want double ancestral to resolve here, but I'm taking a beat. I'm getting some beat down. Actually, Savannah Lions plus Icacian Javelineers can double team my Mistress Factory if I don't get another one.
And
all right, ancestral of your own.
Yep.
All right.
Question is, what do I do? Yeah, I'm supposed to counter that.
Yeah. No bueno. All right. Well, let's see if I remember how to use this right. Fireball is always is weird. It's so weird. It's divided evenly, rounded down, plus one more for each target. So if I do this for 3, 1 is paid.
1, 2. You have to put 4 men in your pool.
Rounded down, so it'll be a half. Yeah. All right. So we'll just do this.
You only need 4 total. 1 red, 1 for each, and then 1 to split.
Okay, fair enough. So untap this. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that would be right. Feels good.
I disagree.
Well, yeah, fair. fair point. I don't know, I'm a sucker for 2-for-1s, man. Like, I probably should save the fireball for later, but like if you just drop a Tormod script, like my main win con's gone.
Yeah, I was thinking that
okay.
in the first game. I'm like, Tormod's crypt would be good here if it could ever resolve.
Ooh, Serendib. Okay.
Yeah. The deck.
Go ahead. Okay. Okay.
6 cards.
Yes, sir. Go for a disenchant on this thing, or an STP. Oh, another Serendib.
Whoops.
Okay. At a minimum, you get to reb this now if you have a reb. Yep.
Plow number 2.
Okay. Here you go.
Huh. And Moda's starting to lag a little bit out for me.
All right. Well, question is, do you have STP for this thing, or do you have disenchant for it? All right. Oh, 2 disenchants. That's pretty nasty. All right. Well, I have demise now.
And go.
Time walk. Come on, geyser. Nope. But just about as good. I mean, if you have a bunch of burn, probably not, but
That's not good.
hopefully I've run out your disenchants. I don't know. We'll see.
That was one of the worst cards I could have seen.
Yeah, it's certainly not a bad one. Go ahead. Factory be good here for you. All right. Double bolt. Double bolt dead.
No.
Just play another duder.
If I had one.
Yeah. Okay.
And go. Try and cut some of your men off.
So I think here going to 4 is about the same as staying at 6, with the exception of the number of times that I can. These two. And go ahead. Okay. That puts me to 3, which is not irrelevant.
Nope.
Okay, so I think Ancestral myself. I'll go ahead and plant a Soul Ring.
Good old Soul Ring.
Roll a Time Walk here.
Didn't you already cast
and
that?
I've cast Time Walk and I've cast Ancestral Recall 3 times this game. I've regrowthed it once, recalled it a secondary time, I want to say. Okay, how many lands to play? 1 card in hand.
Yeah, this is why the deck is kind of vile.
Yeah, it's pretty silly. I get a Volcanic here. I'm actually going to bolt this dude. I think it's actually relevant. I actually tutored for Volk there just to get rid of him. I don't know if that was right or wrong. My assumption is you do have the bolt in hand.
Probably already would have used it there when you did the shenanigans last turn.
Yeah.
Go.
Yep.
Despite having a large number of creatures in this deck, well, I've been around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You plowed 1, I guess. Yep.
This is a risky line. I'm doing it. I'm up on permanence. I think I've got to give it a shot. Okay, you go.
I
mean, if you got the bolts, you might as well fling them at me because it's going to force me to go off library. It's my only source of real card advantage right now, so I think I would go that way if I were you, but it just depends on what you end up getting.
Oh yeah, I definitely would.
You're okie doke. Yeah, Twister was interesting there. I don't know if it was the right call or not. I think it was. I'm so up so high on permanence. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bolt me.
Nope.
Reb. Okay. All
Nope.
right, and I am kaput because the Abyss will not take care of those, will it?
No.
It is unfortunately a targeted effect. All right, so 2 sideboarding.
It was not. I think I was going to get there that game.
Well, the White Knights were actually a pretty huge beating. I did not draw well off that Twister. I had 3 additional lands in hand, despite having a significant amount of them on board. It didn't hit any factories, which would have been kind of nice, but unfortunate. But it does happen. Hand's good. Keep.
Huh. Yes, kind of sketch. I probably can't keep that. Ugh. There we go, no land. I guess I should have kept the first one. This hand's pretty close to the first one, but 2 cards less. My Discord out again?
No, your Discord is not out. I'm just actually curious because, like, I don't see your moto like actually depleting your hand size as you're mulliganing, but your timer is going down. It's really weird.
Yes, it must be.
There it goes. Just did it all at once, really fast.
Yeah, so I mean, Moto's doing the whole leggy out thing. Oh, first turn. So I guess you get. Yep.
Hmm?
Yeah, when you
Yeah, I have an ancestral.
Yeah. I mean, there's only one in there. Why wouldn't you have it opening hand every game?
I mean, it's the deck, man. I mean, come on. Like, I got to cast this at least 3 times. It's only fair. All right, I'll stop trolling.
3 or 30?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we're in freeform, right? So I could just be cheating and have like 10 ancestral recalls in my deck.
I'm like, wait a minute.
The scumbaggery is real. Come on, Moto.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this is why I usually about every hour and a half or so have to shut up in Moto.
Yeah. 2% a threat or to strip mine?
Yeah,
We shall see.
I'm debating.
Okay.
Never-ending plows.
Yeah.
I mean, you are allowed to not draw them occasionally.
Well, if you thought those were kind of fugly, this gets even better. It's time for the one, the only, the Abyss. Probably going to time out here, though, because Moto is just lagging like a champion. All right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Did you click through the... Okay, no, you got it. There you go.
I thought it wasn't going to let me do it there for a second. Man.
Okay. Go aggro.
Might as well.
I'm going to just kill myself here. Come on, deck.
I know. I'm like, why the Abyss? I actually have thanks to your mana base, have a chance to beat you down.
Go ahead. Yeah, the deck needs City of Brass, though. I mean, like, I've seen people play without it, but I think it's silly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it needs 4, but definitely needs at least 2.
I think 3 is the magic number, to be honest. Which is what I currently run. It runs too many colored spells.
Goo. Need white knights, although you got factories now, so.
Yeah, we'll run them into your disenchants or plows, whatever you got over there. My guess would be probably sideboarded out some number of plows, though.
Well, there's no plows in this deck anywhere, sideboard or main.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he told me that. I'm sorry, man. Must be getting late on both ends.
I don't know. It's a standard card to have. It's unusual to have a deck with white and not have plows.
True story. Okay. Or both. And 4. Yeah, I guess if you had disenchant, you probably would get rid of the abyss. I don't know. Maybe not. You don't have creatures, I suppose.
Oh, I would definitely get rid of the abyss. Need you to either not have the abyss or not have factories.
Yeah. What do you have, Serendib?
No.
Okay.
I could lay creatures out, but it doesn't do anything. They just die to the abyss and they can't get through factory.
Draw a white knight.
Yeah, that still doesn't get through factory though.
No, but it blocks it pretty well. I guess it doesn't block it. Yeah, multiple of them block it.
Yeah, multiple. But then they just get bolted or plowed.
True.
When I do multiple block.
Okay. I'm okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay.
And say go, sadly. Four cards.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad I couldn't tap these Javelineers to add a counter back on. That'd be kind of sweet, picking up another spear.
Oh, what's that? If they could actually get more counters back on them, like
Yeah.
proliferate them.
Or just like tap them to add another thing, like they're picking up a spear.
Oh, kind of like Clockwork Avian or something.
Yeah.
Like that mechanic.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Okay. Come on, Moto. Get that block in there.
You can do it. You can do it. Factoria. Too many land.
Me too. But I run a lot of mana sources, obviously. Oh, that was an interesting draw.
What did you tutor for? Probably a counterspell.
Yeah, it's possible. A mana drain or something. Okay.
Many turns too late.
Okay. Or, because I'm at like 1 minute and 28 seconds left on my clock. Some of just due to my own dirtling, but some due to just moto in general.
Fireball.
I just got a win con. Yeah, I just got fireball. I just got a win con.
Yeah. Fireball.
Bam. Healing salve. Go.
Blue elemental blast.
Well, you can't cast that at a minimum. You cast healing salve.
I know.
You know, what'd be awesome though is if you like had another red source, and you forked that thing. Like I'd just be like, God damn it.
You don't have a counterspell in your hand? That'd be kind of
I
funny.
actually don't. I have 3 disenchant and a balance. My hand was not that good. Like I was kind of just like leaving him in there. I'm like, all right, well, maybe he assumes I have counter magic. My hand was actually not very good that game. Well, it was good playing with you, man. Always enjoy it.
You too.
Definitely hope relatively soon we can get together and play some pre-modern, man. Looking forward to that.
For sure, yeah. Just gotta finish building some decks and finish doing the overlay for it, and then we can start going.
Which ones are you looking at building? Out of curiosity.
I'm gonna be building about like 30-40 decks. So there'll be like all different tiers. There'll be lots of like super dorky decks and homebrew silliness, and the more established kind of stuff.
Well, fair enough, man. Well, definitely enjoyed it, dude, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, man.
You too. Okay. Good night,
brother. Later. Good night.
Ciao.